Hello again, everyone, and welcome to another edition of Vandalia By The Way. My name is Rich Hopkins. I'm the communications manager for the city. And on today's program, we've got great news on the economic development front, a new auto dealership set to open here in town. We've got the latest on some new programs taking place at the Vandalia Recreation Center and a historical footnote to a very popular Vandalia parade. But our first stop is right here today at the Department of Public Works. You know, with the changing seasons, the folks here are changing gears and getting ready for the fall leaf season. When the season changes from fall to winter, all of the trees in Vandalia eventually lose their leaves, and someone has to pick them up. That's where the Department of Public Works comes in. Public Works Supervisor Steve Nichols says his crew makes sweeps through town to pick up and take away what Vandalia residents can rake to the curb.
We ask that they put the leaves in the street approximately a foot in front of the curb, allow room for water to get around the leaves and into the catch basins. We ask that they do not put yard waste, grass, or limbs or brush in the leaf piles. Don't park on top of the leaves, that could cause a fire. We also ask that they remove their car from the street on the day that their pickup is scheduled, and they can look in the drummer or contact the city and we can tell them exactly what day we'll be there to pick up their leaves.
Over the years, the length of leaf season has increased as more and more trees hang on to their leaves into the month of December. That means crews will make 4 sweeps through every neighborhood to get those leaves picked up.
We start the second full week of October and we go till the second week of December. So if they'll look and find what zone they're in, they can see exactly what day during them weeks that we'll pick up their leaves.
Nichols and his crew had a unique problem in late September. Heavy rains overwhelmed the stormwater sewers, leaving roads like Randler Avenue underwater. His crews were quick to the scene to wade through the knee-deep water and look for any blockages.
Problem we have with storm sewers, people dumping grass or trash, cardboard, anything that gets into the storm sewers, it can plug the manholes, it could plug the pipes and cause a backup or an overflow, or it could cause a flooding incident.
In this incident, there was nothing blocking the drains or the pipes, but in years past, everything from tires to backpacks have blocked drain pipes and led to flooding. So if you don't want your neighborhood to look like Lake Vandalia here, be careful to keep the storm basins clear and ready for business. It won't be long before a new car dealership in Vandalia is open and ready for business. The folks who own Joseph Airport Toyota are close to opening the doors to a new Hyundai dealership. Assistant City Manager Greg Shackelford says the construction crews are down to some very minor detail work.
You can see how much progress they've made. We got a little different angle that we're shooting from here, but they're putting the finishing touches on right now. The asphalt's going to be completed, and they're also finishing the last pieces of the puzzle cosmetically with the roof and some of the siding.
Christian Hahn is the general manager of Joseph Airport Dealerships. He says most of the hard work is done and the dealership is just about ready for prime time.
We're really excited about it. We're going to start with about 25 employees in parts, service, new and used. We expect to be open sometime mid to late October.
Hahn says customers who shopped at the Joseph Toyota dealership will find some familiar similarities in the Hyundai business.
A lot of the same things that you get at Joseph Airport Toyota, like a large selection, low pricing and ease of doing business, great service department. When the neighbors come in and see the facility and the comfortable lounge and the other amenities we have, it's going to be the greatest buying experience. If you want to buy a Hyundai, you're going to buy it at Joseph Airport Hyundai.
The construction project began in April of this year and after a slow start picked up steam over the summer months. Hahn says the city of Vandalia helped to keep the project moving along.
The city has been fantastic. I've worked in other municipalities where everything is a fight. The city helped us every step of the way, telling us what we needed to do to make the building permits smooth, make sure that we were complying as a good neighbor, and along with getting the signs, which was the last step.
Assistant City Manager Greg Shackelford says the dealership is just one of several projects he's currently working on. He says a major announcement on Project Triplet, that's a deal that could bring hundreds of jobs to Vandalia, might be forthcoming in the next few weeks.
It's kind of the last piece of the puzzle. They're still looking at a site in Richmond, Indiana. That is a possibility, but we had gone to the state. Last week we had a meeting, and we're looking for the state to come through for us with a go-forward letter to allow them to potentially get started with their project. and they're going to put a package together that would help them with job creation tax credits that would be in addition to what we were able to come through with them for the EDGE grant. There's a couple hundred employees that would come and work in the city right away, and potentially another 50 to 100 in the next 2 to 3 years.
Construction and renovation work has already begun on the future home of Columbia Engineered Rubber, just off Brown School Road. Shackelford says the company has chosen Vandalia's old Masonite building as its new home.
We're in the process of getting that money to them now. They've got the project underway. If you've been by there, you can see that they're doing some roof renovations, as well as they're working on the side of the building so that they can get it in order to paint it and resurface it. It should look really nice. We're probably looking at first quarter, possibly second quarter of 2012, where they get in, and it should be another 50 employees right out of the gate, potentially up to 75 or 100 in the next few years.
And another company that's moving into Vandalia soon is Carter Logistics. Construction has been underway for the shipping company's new hub for the past several months. Things were right on schedule until a nasty windstorm blew through in September.
It caused the two-story area where their office space was going to be collapsed, and they basically put them a couple months behind. They've continued to work on the areas where the trucks, the docking areas, but it's essentially going to probably put them out to maybe March or April before they'll get in.
And while Carter Logistics is still under construction, another project wrapped up in September after a full year of work. Vandalia Chiseled, a stone sculpture symposium, began in September of 2010, with 5 nationally known sculptors spending 2 weeks in Vandalia creating works of art right in front of the public. Now, the 5 pieces were placed into storage for the winter months, and this past month were formally dedicated in their new homes. The Public Art and Vandalia Committee used a bus to whisk well-wishers to each sculpture for the formal dedication. Then, the folks hopped onto the bus and headed to the next sculpture. Once all 5 were dedicated, the party wrapped up at Lichtenfels Park, where artists from a number of mediums were on hand to show off their work. It's time to check the calendar for a number of special events taking place over the next several weeks in Vandalia. The Parks and Recreation Department wants to help you score a Thanksgiving turkey for the holidays during their annual turkey shoot. Alicia Wintro says this is the 27th year for the big turkey shoot, but instead of using a weapon to claim the bird, contestants do their shooting with basketballs.
Ages 4 to 17-year-olds can participate in a basketball competition with a parent or guardian, and they take turns shooting foul shots and get different point values, and the winner of each age group then wins a certificate to spend at Bowman Landis for a Thanksgiving Day turkey.
There are 6 age divisions in all, so kids of all ages will get a chance to bring home that Thanksgiving turkey. But even if your foul shots come up short, Wintro says there's a prize for everyone with door prizes galore.
Galore. Every child will leave with a prize. We have so many door prizes. So if they don't win their age division, they are leaving with something, and of course they have a good time.
October's a very busy month for activities, as the Rec Center will host 2 fall hay rides, one on October the 8th, the other on October the 15th. Folks arrive at the Rec Center between 6:30 and 8:30 p.m. for an old-fashioned hayride, complete with hot dogs and even s'mores. And it all comes at a very old-fashioned price, just $1 per person. A Halloween tradition at the Rec Center is the Spooky Sleepover. This event starts at 6 p.m. October the 21st. There are games and fun well into the night with kids sleeping over at the center. The event wraps up at 8 a.m. the next morning. Admission for the Spooky Sleepover is $15, and pre-registration is a must, with spots filling up fast. And if fitness is your thing, you'll want to take part in Fit-O-Ween, which takes place on Wednesday, October the 26th, from 7:30 to 9 p.m. Now, this is an exercise event that will encompass many different disciplines, including Zumba, kickboxing, athletic drills and skills, and even yoga. Admission is just $5 per person, and there will be prizes for the best costumes. And speaking of costumes, the Lions Club Halloween Parade takes place on Monday, October the 24th. Kids will put on their Halloween costumes and assemble at the Key Bank on Maple and National, then head west down National Road towards Morton Middle School and the Morton Field House. Lions Club member Don Coffey says once that parade is over, the real fun begins.
I march through the bank and come in here and we line them up outside. And then we take them in groups inside. They march around the floor, and the lionesses judge the best one of each group. And I think there's 3 first, second, and third prize.
The parade has been a Vandalia staple since 1949, which is the same year that the Morton Fieldhouse opened for the first time. With the new Morton Middle School under construction on Stone Quarry Crossings, this will be the last Halloween parade that ends at the Morton Fieldhouse. Coffey says the Lions Club is an organization that's been an active part of the Vandalia community for many years.
It's a service organization, and we take on service projects as best we can. We work with the food pantry and we work with other groups, and strictly service.
Service is also the primary mission of the Vandalia Division of Fire, where this month the crews open their doors to the public for an annual open house. Now, the open house is the official kickoff to Fire Safety Month. Vandalia Fire Chief Chad Follick says the theme for Fire Safety Month this year is protecting your family from fire.
That is our focus this year, so this falls right into line with that. And it just basically is to know escape routes from your home, to know how to mitigate simple hazards within the home that could cause fire, and to just have safer practices, cooking practices. If you smoke, handling your smoking materials a little more safely, and making sure you have operating smoke detectors in your residence, and those type of simple safety steps that can be taken to critically improve the safety of your family.
Follick says the open house is the perfect venue to talk about fire safety because it also gives folks a chance to get an up-close look at what it's like to be a firefighter.
We do it to open the facility to the citizens, for them to come here and be able to hear the message and get to talk to the guys and ask questions. And we have several things here for kids to participate in. We'll have our helmet giveaways like we normally do, our bike helmet giveaways. We'll have static displays.
The open house takes a lot of work from the members of the Division of Fire, but Follick says a number of community partners also step up to help make the event worthwhile.
We have a huge amount of partners, Kettering Medical Network, Grandview Hospital, Dixie Kirkland, who's the EMS outreach coordinator, does a great job for us. There'll be gun locks here. There'll be staff here from Kettering Medical Network to do some health screening. There'll be some handout material from them. We have Batteries Plus that always helps us with our smoke detector program and batteries.
If you missed the open house, don't fret. Follick says the Division of Fire is always happy to deliver that fire safety message, and they're willing to take that show on the road.
We're always available to do firefighter visits, firefighter tours of the fire station, any stop, drop, and roll programs, but it just requires a phone call to the fire headquarters and make a schedule, or an inquiry via the internet at our email address.
And that web address is www.vandaliaohio.org. Check out the link for the Division of Fire, and you'll get information on fire safety and how the Vandalia Division of Fire can help you carry that message through. That's going to do it for this edition of Vandalia By The Way. I'm Rich Hopkins. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.